Leave your comments on the Ask Reddit sub, and I'll read your answers on the next episode of LWIAR. How do you deal with an overly friendly neighbor who asks too many questions about your life when you happen to be outdoors at the same time? If you're not very open to chat, just keep things polite yet quick. It's nice to have a good relationship with your neighbors. If they do delve into personal questions, just say, "That's a bit personal. I'd rather not talk about that." Most important thing is to be polite. Don't be an butthole, or act standoffish when it's not necessary. Honestly, just use some common sense. Don't be a Redditor, is all I'm saying. Reddit is one of the largest sites in the world. It's very diverse now. Yeah, sure. That's why communities talking about Android or animes are bigger than the ones talking about soccer or the Kardashians. Well, yeah, but you could literally plug anything with the ability to think in for Redditor and have that sentence still be true. For example, Yogi Bear. Exactly. I share a duplex with a retired widow whom I thought to be obnoxious and nosy at first, but then I realized that she is actually super lonely. It's the least I can do to chat for a few minutes here and there. Plus she has definitely come through for me by letting me borrow stuff, keeping an eye out for packages, and stuff like that. It's very important. These people, as you said, could have never been homeowners. I would give anything for an overly friendly neighbor at this point. I have spent 20 years trying to find one that at the very least freaking waves. Same here. I always wave and smile, but only a few will wave back. Our neighbor directly next door even called the police on us for parking on the street. It wasn't illegal and the police told her so. I wrote her a nice letter about how we'll probably be living next to each other for a long time and I want to get along, hoping to patch things up. And I included a gift card to a local restaurant as an olive branch. She wrote me back apologizing and telling me to park there whenever. Then the next time we did, she called the police again. Woman shrugging, that was almost 6 years ago. But I still think of her as the crazy B word with the yappy dogs. At this point I'd just like a neighbor who doesn't call the police on me for parking in front of my own house. Nice weather we're having, huh neighbor? That's kind of personal. Turns out the friendly yet honest approach works very well for many situations. AITA for getting mad at my neighbor because they were being overly friendly. I never set boundaries with my neighbor, so now they think they can ask my questions. NTA red flags everywhere. Location flag, location flag, location flag, location flag. People coming around to ask about wards. Welp, at the moment I only have that horseshoe up, and the rosemary by the garden gate. But I have dream catchers on order and a witch coming around next week. Wait, where are you going? Yup, I just moved to my neighborhood back in February and everyone was super nice until they asked what ward I was in so they could transfer my records. I said, "Oh, I'm not a Mormon." And that was the end of that. I've found that to be true of all the devout Mormons I've met. I once worked at a Mormon-owned company that was staffed with 90% Mormons. And the vibe was very distant. One of the other non-Mormons told me that they look you up in the book and if you're not there, i.e. not Mormon, they don't want to have much to do with you. I could go whole days without anyone speaking to me, but no one was ever out and out unfriendly. Very insular group, in general. As an introvert, this sounds heavenly. Please, let me live near people who will leave me TF alone. Same. Once they found out I wasn't Mormon, they shunned me. Maybe I need to move to Utah. I could use a good shunning. Start with U2.be and if that doesn't work, U2.be. Not a thunderstorm, but a storm of fists raining down on your head. I'm assuming they also keep their poop knife on top of the toilet. Okay, but we also happen to be outdoors and I'm not too fond of having a public conversation about how you had logs backed up till July and you can't sex over it. You know what? Fair point, Becky. Please tell me in extensive detail how often you crap and how painful it is. Last night I had one that was hard at the start but explosive diarrhea at the end. I think I saw Saturday's corn in it, but the poop was green and floating. I'm wondering if I had too much fat in my diet because that can give your poop the 3 Fs. Foul, frothy and floating, but it was only really frothy and floating. No more foul than regular stool. But even when I finished going, my stomach was still churning. So I took a hot shower to help stimulate my gut so I could get the rest of it out of me and go about my day. So anyway, sat down again, had a little bit more, then lay down in bed for the night. How about you? I'm that neighbor. I'm an older lady who lives alone and I'm just trying to make a connection with my neighbors. If something happens to me or my pets, I'd like someone nearby to at least notice they haven't seen me in a while or worry about my pets. Edit. Wow, thanks for the swag. Second edit. Come on over neighbors. I'm making brownies. Sell your house and try again. WTF. Sounds like borderline stalking to me. Some of the responses you've gotten don't seem to understand that there are just people like this that don't respect personal boundaries and can't pick up on subtle hints like one-word answers. The way I deal with these people is by humoring them for a bit, using some of the tactics already mentioned, giving short, uninterested answers. If they don't catch the hints I'm dropping, I'll pretend to have something else to do. Go inside. The premise of this question is why the phrase "good fences make good neighbors" exists. Try to make your boundaries clear, and, barring that, build a tall fence so they can't bother you. My partner and I just moved into a house and got cornered by a neighbor for 30 minutes. My Midwest sense of guilt needs to clarify a few things. We were on our way to do stuff. This neighbor started talking and didn't stop for 30 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. Half an hour, non-stop talking at us. Not with us. We tried every little polite out we could take. Plenty of well LP, some damn. That's crazy, and even a few goddamn, well we should really get going, I even started leading the conversation into the middle of the street hoping a passing car would separate us. None if it worked. We only finally made it out of there because it got dark. I've decided the next time this happens I'm just going to tell her politely, but firmly, that I need to take a dump and then just walk away. Edit. The replies to this are hilarious. I tried every single one of these things. I have no explanation why it took so long to finally end the convo. Cough. Thanks for watching LWIAR, the best of recent r/AskReddit submissions and comments. If you like this video, check out LWIAR too, and don't forget to like and subscribe.